Now we're going to go to our GMA cover story, the Bachelorette Becca. She's in the driver's seat this season as dozens of suitors try to win her heart. We're going to speak to her in a moment, but first, here's a look at last night's premiere. She was the girl whose heart was broken on TV in front of millions.
I feel like my future was ripped away.
But last night we watched as Becca finally got her chance at finding her Mr. Right.
I see Becca, she looks amazing. Wow.
Meeting 28 suitors one by one.
It's about time.
The modes of transportation as varied as the eligible suitors themselves. There was an ox, a van, even a hearse.
Oh my gosh, Becca, I literally died.
The suitors doing anything it takes to make a lasting first impression.
Becca! Becca!
I got a rose, you got a rose.
This Harlem Globetrotter taking his dating game to new heights. Some guys avoiding any mention of Becca's last relationship.
Remind the girl of her ex. That's a bad idea.
Others choosing another route.
Oh my God.
The eligible suitors clearly captivated by Becca.
I'd marry her. I'd marry her right now.
But Becca clearly not captivated by this guy, who she sent packing before the rose ceremony even began.
I don't know if I necessarily see a future. This is the first conversation that I've had to have sending somebody home, and it's not easy, but I don't want to waste your time.
Only 21 bachelors remain. In this exclusive look at next week's episode, male model Jordan thinks he knows the key to Becca's heart.
I'm gonna do more with less. I mean, to be honest, nothing attracts a woman more than like being comfortable next to a sexy man. Let's do it.
It's great to have Becca here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to kind of go back a little bit before we chat about last night. I believe you told Ellen that you were hoping that I would come out of the limo.
I did say that.
So I wanted to apologize to you that I didn't make the cut for the show.
I was waiting for you to come out. I needed that 29th guy.
Yeah, you know what? But you fell in love, so now it's too late for me. But the show, but the show premiered last night. And for you, what was it like watching yourself in the driver's seat?
Well, first, I hate hearing my voice, and so half the time I'm cringing. I'm like, oh, do I sound like that? The Minnesotan accent just keeps coming out. But it was just fun to watch back, and yes, I lived through it, but there's so much that I missed when the guys are chatting and, you know, when they're living together, so it's just fun to hear back what they have to say.
You get to see the behind-the-scenes part that you don't get to see when you're on the show. But you made a bombshell announcement. You said that you are in love. Was it love at first sight? Come on, give us a. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do.
In this case, was it love at first sight?
You know, it was love at first sight when Buck the ox walked up. I love animals.
Love at first sight when the ox walks up. Okay, I like that. That's pretty cool right there. Everybody loves to make a great entrance.
Oh, yeah.
But you did admit that you fell in love with two men. Given what happened when you were with Ari, how did you prevent yourself from going into that situation again?
Being on this side of things, I can empathize with him so much more. It's a struggle because you meet so many guys, you make so many great relationships, and if you're doing it right, you should be open and developing feelings for multiple people, but it was very tricky to navigate, and I just wanted to go about it my way and to really respect the guys and treat them how I would want to be treated, and so that's what I had to keep in the back of my mind the entire time.
And what was it like, though, to be in a room full of men who are all trying to impress you and put on their best face?
It was a lot to handle. I walked in that first night after all of the guys came out of the limos and the hearses and the minivans, and it hit me. All of their eyes are fixated on me, and I'm like, what did I just get myself into? I don't screw up my words, don't trip, but I mean, it's a good problem to have. It was fun.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, I guess. Yeah. To put it, all the ladies are like, yeah, that's a good problem to have.
What do you guys want?
Oh, boy. And you gave your first impression rose to Garrett.
Yes.
And I know 3 of the bachelorettes from the past said the first impression rose they gave was the person that they chose. Did you choose Garrett?
Well, you'll have to wait to find out.
You're really going to make us watch the whole season?
But when the girls told me that, I was sitting on the couch and I was like, no pressure, guys. Come on. It's a lot to handle, to take in.
Yeah, it's a lot to handle. It's a lot to take in. And we do have super fans out there who love this show, and they love you. And we have a question from one of them. Okay. So I'm going to play it right now.
Hey Becca, my name's also Becca. So I'm wondering, how can you tell the difference between the guys who are just there to get famous and the guys who genuinely want to be with you?
That is a good question, because I saw the one gentleman. I saw the one gentleman who said that modeling is more than just being extremely good looking.
Jordan. Yes.
So how do you know the difference?
It's just time. You know, that first night, there's so much going on. Everyone's trying to put their best foot forward. But I just have to, I mean, that first night, I just had to go off of my gut and really feel out the vibes and the energy. But moving forward, I had to just ask the right questions and have them ask me the right questions so I could really get to the bottom of it sooner.
And I hear that next episode, you really end it with Ari. Is that right?
Next episode, I will say I do have my favorite date of all time, and it's called The Rage Room, and I go in with one lucky guy, and we just smash everything from the past. And so I walked into this warehouse, and it's his old race car from last season. It's the proposal playing on a loop on monitors that we can smash. We had sledgehammers, we had baseball bats, we had crowbars, everything. Yeah. Everything was fair game. It was so fun.
I'm kind of glad I didn't get out of the limo and break up with you. I'd have been in trouble.
I could never smash anything with your face on it, Michael.
Becca,
come on.
thank you, though. Thank you.
It was so good to meet you.
It's so good to meet you. I was nervous to meet you. I'm glad it's finally over. Well, you know what? You can see a new episode of The Bachelorette with Becca Monday night at 8, 7 Central, right here on ABC.